Hello, welcome back to MidEast In-Depth, part of Levant TV's press reviews. A report by Merrill Lynch has downgraded Lebanon's financial standing because of its external debt, but how is this related to the country's power vacuum? The writer Sami Nader believes a power vacuum generates more vacuums and hits to constitutional procedures, which will eventually impose economic costs that could have done without, to say the least. The effects of the constitutional vacuum have started to appear in the reports of global financial and banking institutions, which have reclassified Lebanon's financial standing given the high risks, the low growth expectations, and the low probability for reform. The first of these indicators was the Merrill Lynch report that called for reclassifying Lebanon's external debt from market weight to underweight because the macroeconomic fundamentals are weakening and because of the deteriorating political situation. The conditions of the power vacuum are quite different from 6 years ago. According to the Merrill Lynch report, the presidential vacuum reflects a chronic problem of political paralysis at Lebanon's institutions. The report warned of the possibility and severity of the vacuum expanding, especially since it is linked to the cause of the Syrian crisis. The inability of the Lebanese parliament to elect a president has raised the risks to the Lebanese economy and is considered a factor that has weakened macroeconomic fundamentals. These factors have caused a continuous structural crisis that prompted Merrill Lynch to reclassify Lebanon's foreign debt as riskier than the debt of emerging economies. And also on Lebanon, the parliament speaker Nabih Berri postponed the session to elect the new president to June the 18th after it failed to convene due to a lack of quorum at the House. Political sources told the Daily Star that the atmosphere of the electoral session was not serious at all. The majority of lawmakers from the March 14 coalition arrived in parliament, while the Free Patriotic Movement and Hezbollah maintained their boycott. However, only 64 MPs were present Monday, compared with 70 in previous sessions. MPs have now botched 6 attempts since April 23rd to elect a successor to former President Michel Suleiman, whose 6-year term ended on May the 25th, with the last 5 failing due to lack of the 2/3 quorum. And Lebanese Forces leader Dr. Samir Jaja maintained his candidacy for the election, arguing that lawmakers do not have the right to boycott the parliament's session to elect a new head of state in light of presidential void. But Jaja believes obstructing the session violates the constitution and causes presidential void. As to former President Michel Sleiman, he renewed his call for the election in a tweet that read, "It is not right to accuse the foreign community of obstructing the presidential election while we are setting preconditions and counterconditions for the future of the new president. So let us keep the foreign community away from the presidential election and take part in the parliamentary session to vote for a new president." And now we are joined by Middle East researcher Boushra Jaber. Thank you very much for being on MidEast In-Depth.
Thank you, Carl.
President Sleiman said in a tweet, "Let us keep the foreign community away from the presidential election and take part in the parliamentary session to vote for a new president." Do you think it's reasonable of former President Sleiman to send such a message when his very presidency was a Saudi deal?
Yeah, despite that the former President Suleiman came as a result of a compromise solution in which the foreign community played a significant role in nominating him, his very message for electing a new president away from the influence of the outsiders is equitable, particularly if the Lebanese want to exercise their sovereignty and establish a strong state where the decisions will be taken by the Lebanese for the Lebanese to serve Lebanon. Thus, it is time for the Lebanese to stop listening or asking for foreign intervention. Rather, they should hold on the responsibilities and rule their country.
Boushra, the leader of the Lebanese forces, Samir Jaja, said that the Lebanese people should address the lawmakers that they elected who are obstructing quorum and question the motives behind their action. So do you believe MPs should be questioned for being undemocratic by obstructing a quorum at the House?
Sure, they should be questioned because, given that the Lebanese president is not elected directly by the Lebanese citizens, rather through the MPs who represent them, obstructing decorum is not only considered undemocratic, where the MPs are not committing themselves to the democratic game and accepting it, but also escaping from their responsibilities, which was given for them by the people in order to act on their behalf. Thus, the MPs are under a moral and constitutional duty to not exploit their power, rather to attend the parliament session and elect a new head of state.
Boushra Jaber, researcher on Middle East politics, also graduate of the University of Durham here in the UK, joined us via the phone from Belgrade. Thank you very much for your participation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. And for more updates, please visit levant.tv. Thanks for watching and bye for now.